Europe used to be way behind the US when it comes to fast, free ad-supported streaming TV. The US was primed for success. They have little to no free content. Pay TV is expensive. Americans, on average, spend $100 every month. So you started seeing audiences flock to CTV, connected TV. It's essentially a TV connected to the internet. Think Samsung or LG. It's also this one big market that you can serve all at once. And last but not least, it's actually a very advanced advertising market. You put all of those ingredients together and you actually have the perfect recipe for fast growth. Now, we're in 2024 and the new region that you should pay attention to is Europe. In the last 18 months, we've seen players big and small make their first move into fast. Now, as a streamer, you could look at the region and think, it's like the US, except it's very different. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 trends that matter and that you will need to take into account if you want to expand successfully in the region. The first trend is quality over quantity. We have plenty of free content to go around already thanks to our local broadcasters. This means that free as the core of the value proposition is not enough. European viewers expect more. They want the best the region has to offer. This means it's not a numbers game. Platforms are not looking to have the widest selection possible. They are looking for the best channel possible. It's therefore no surprise to see platforms like Samsung claiming that they have a soft cap. Ideally, they want to have 120, 150 channels per platform in each of the European markets. Less channels, higher quality. In Q3 2023, Pluto carried 147 in the UK. And they had 173 in Germany, which was down 50% versus 6 months before. At the same time, Samsung TV Plus in the UK had 145, but only 112 in Germany. Now, what does quality even mean here? Well, it's as much the product of the content, the brand, and the genre itself. Here are a couple of examples of broadcasters and premium brands which launched in fast in Europe in 2023. You have traditional broadcasters, think BBC, ITV, Channel 4. These guys have taken their channels onto fast platforms like Samsung TV Plus. You also have commercial entities of broadcasters, think ITV Studios, ZDF Studios. They use their programming, their brand, and they're using it to actually branch out of their own market and go after international audiences. Last but not least, in 2023, we've seen very premium Tier 1 sports brand get into fast. La Liga, the Spanish Football League, The Zone, Tennis Channel, etc. What's interesting about the entrance of sports in this ecosystem is that you're starting to see exclusivity. The fact that we saw exclusivities come into play show that platforms are looking to differentiate. You don't have people coming to you if you have everything the neighbor has as well, right? Quality and exclusivity are going to be crucial in 2024. The second trend is platform diversification. Fast was essentially built and grown by 2 kinds of players in the US. Pure players, company like Pluto TV, Tubi, or connected TV platforms. I'm thinking the Roku channel, Samsung TV Plus. Why does it matter? In Europe, we're going to see a very different set of players. Yes, we'll have the pure players, the connected TV platforms, but we're also going to have pay TV companies, Virgin Media, Magenta, get into fast. And these guys are really good already at driving consumers to watching video content. The third trend is partnership. In this fight for viewers' attention, one might think that going at it alone is the way to go, having a us versus them approach. But there's actually another way, especially in Europe. Going alone takes time and money when fast needs you to go big and scale very quickly. But the bigger problem is that if you launch in a region that you don't really understand and know well, you may end up spending time, money in a strategy that doesn't work well. You've already seen how different the two regions are. When entering such a diverse region, you don't know what you don't know. So having a trusted partner who knows the rope, has the connection, can be crucial and instrumental in advancing your strategy in the region. It has been fascinating to see companies adopting a partnership-first approach. And here are 3 examples that actually caught my attention last year. iSense and Vida have signed local partnership to let companies run their fast channel hubs for them in European markets. Samsung Hats did a deal with TF1, which is one of the most powerful advertising sales house in Europe, to boost monetization. And Pluto TV has been working hard at growing their distribution footprint, and they're partnering with a lot of pay TV operators, Virgin Media, Bouygues, Magenta in Germany, to actually carry the Pluto TV service on their platforms. Building the right partnership will propel you and your growth in fast in Europe in 2024. By the way, if you are a streaming video business looking to expand in Europe, I can help you understand the market. I can help you design the right go-to-market strategy and have the right deals in place. If you want to learn more about how we can help you, click the link below and book a call. Now back to the video. The 4th trend is awareness. At the end of the day, we need people to know about fast. It doesn't really matter whether they understand what it is, because, essentially it's TV in the age of streaming. What we need them to do is know that they have so much great content at their fingertips, and we need them to make this an habit. They switch on their TV and then they start watching. So platforms are going to have to invest on and off platforms some marketing dollars to boost awareness. The 5th trend is the money. At the end of the day, this is an ad-supported business model. It means that we need to sell ads. In turn, we'll get revenues that will feed to the channels and the platform. When you look at the numbers for fast in Europe, at first it looks disappointing. Research companies like Omdia estimate a 10-to-1 ratio between the US and the rest of the world. It means that by 2027, the US will generate over 10 billion in fasts, and the remaining 2 billion will be spread across the world. It's something like $1 billion in Europe. Now, we don't have platform data, meaning that we don't have any public numbers on the performance of fast across the globe. So those are estimates. Maybe they don't tell the true story of what fast can be in Europe. Now, what those numbers tell me is that we should not expect a gold rush. Again, for the reasons I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the two regions are very different. Having said that, it doesn't mean that we should forego the model entirely. We just have to write our own story about what fast is in Europe. Fast done right could provide a solid revenue stream for the ecosystem. It's a great playground to offer an amazing advertising experience, kind of the best of TV and digital at the same time. It's a great way to lure in light TV viewers. If you have a platform, this could be used as a retention tool to make sure that people are spending more time with you. It's also an alternative to SVOD when wallet tightens and people don't necessarily want to spend money with you every month. Last but not least, it's a great way to showcase content that you don't see anywhere else. And it's also a way to serve underserved audience and communities in traditional TV or in streaming. Now, looking at the data and extrapolating about what's going to happen is one thing, but I have something better for you. An actual example of a company who's moving from broadcast to AVOD and fast. In the next video, we'll be looking at TF1 Plus and how a 21st century broadcaster is actually working hard to become the AVOD and fast streamer on the French market. See you on the next video.